break down the Eagles and the Bucs last night. It's business as usual. I didn't expect too much, but to get a win, regular season is pretty much going to be a blur to me. I'm just thinking Super Bowl. I just want to get back to the Super Bowl. It wasn't picture perfect, but I like winning ugly too. Ugly still counts as a win. And they weren't perfect on offense. It's not too far gone. They're just not crisp. We put up enough points to win the game. And as far as the defense is Super Bowl ready. I think they came in this season putting a big emphasis on defense. Now, they always put emphasis on defense for decades. That's what we do. We're built on defense. But what happened in the Super Bowl last year was uncalled for. You lost the game by the defense. Defense couldn't create turnovers. Defense couldn't get one sack in the ball game. I don't even think we got tipped balls or anything like that in that Super Bowl. So it was very uncharacteristic of the Philadelphia Eagles to lose a game because of their defense. So that was very disappointing. So 3-0, business as usual. Nothing to be all happy about. They did what they're supposed to do for a team that's supposed to be in a Super Bowl, supposed to win it last year, guaranteed to get back to the Super Bowl. So I just wish I can just hit the simulation button and just fast forward this all the way to the Super Bowl. So I'm just going through the emotions during the regular season, but each win is key. I understand that. You know, I already said I predicted them to go 14-3 this season. So you got to beat a team like the Bucs. You can't let them stand in your way. There's a bigger task at hand that's going to come up through this regular season, and you just got to come up and you got to knock them down. So a good win, glad to get it. There's a bigger picture at hand, and I understand that. So just get through this regular season unscathed, hopefully healthy, because if they stay healthy, it's in no doubt a Super Bowl. So we don't want no injury bugs. It's part of the game. Every team goes through it. But if they can stay collective together, no bumps in the road for us, injuries, any off-field incidents, this team is prime and ready. And Jalen Hurts, he threw 2 picks last night. Not too bad. I mean, he's going to throw some interceptions here and there. I think it was a bad route by the wide receiver that was on the wrong page. He expected him to kind of stick it in, and he kind of went out through the interception. And the guy, he ran forward, and they got the ball back. But Jalen Hurts, you can tell he's very keyed in this season, and he should be. The whole team is keyed in. So he had a pretty good game, besides the 2 picks. But that's going to happen sometimes. You want to narrow down those picks, though. You don't want to get too crazy and carried away with interceptions because they can't come in key moments in a game. You don't want that to happen. But one of them for sure wasn't on him. And I want to get on DeAndre Swift. Coming from the Detroit Lions, I don't think they knew what they were getting. When you see DeAndre Swift, you're thinking, okay, he came from Detroit. You look at him as a scat back. Give him the ball in space. He can make a few moves. But you didn't think he was this tough. The guy is tough. He can run between the tackles, make contact, bounce off of people. Did you see that hurdle like he was in the Olympics? Actually jumped over a guy, landed, kept his balance, and picked up a few more yards. So I'm just scatting through this, and I'm not going to bore y'all to death going through this whole box sheet. A.J. Brown, 9 catches, 131 yards. You figured that. We knew he was going to come in and have a big game after the conversation him and Jalen Hurts has on the sideline. They close. They friends. It's going to happen. Kind of like what Jalen Hurts said. He said, y'all eyes must be bad because this happens all the time on the sideline. So it seems to be A.J. Brown wants the ball, and he wants it often. So I don't have no problem in force feeding this ball to A.J. Brown because every time he gets it in his hands, magical things happen. So yeah, A.J. Brown, keep calling for it because if you put up numbers like this, we want the ball in your hands. Baker Mayfield is who we thought he was. Let's put it that way.
Oh, that's not good.
Baker Mayfield is Baker Mayfield. He's going to make some key throws, but in all, when the game gets nitty and gritty, just like some other handful of quarterbacks in this league, They're going to make mistakes and they're going to throw picks when a game counts the most. They're not going to sustain it through a whole season, not even through a whole game in certain instances. But Baker Mayfield, you can't fault him too much in this game. I mean, look at the defense he was going up against. Philadelphia Eagles make a lot of quarterbacks uncomfortable. That's just what we do. You're going to get hit. You're going to have some turnovers. We're going to get you frazzled a little bit. So there's no knock on Baker Mayfield. He's had 2 good games. It was 2-0. This is the first one that he really got dazzled a little bit. We're going to see how he's going to come off of this game going into the next. Well, Baker Mayfield, he's just a Band-Aid guy at this point. Yeah, he's trying to rejuvenate his career. He's trying to turn it around from the Cleveland Browns, and then he was with the Panthers. So I wish him good luck because that defense was stingy. They was hungry. They were foaming out the mouth. They wanted turnovers. They was getting through that line like it was nothing. They just wanted to harass people, and they're good. This defense is real good. Matter of fact, they're great. Stay healthy. This is a championship defense, and I love it. When you get nasty and you cause these blitzes and you don't even have to blitz sometimes and the front four is going to get to the quarterback without throwing any kind of schemes, that's how good this defense is. And we called out Dallas defense early in the weeks, and they are great. But I don't know if they're great as the Philadelphia Eagles defense, especially now with Diggs out. So we're going to see on that too, because the Cowboys seem like they got a little chink in their armor this past week. We'll see how they're going to jump back on. They play the Patriots. If the Patriots find a way to sneak this game out, then, hey, there's going to be a lot of talk in Cowboy Town if that happens. And Mike Evans down there. Well, their rushing didn't do very much. We don't need to call that out. But Mike Evans, surprised a little bit last night from Mike Evans. He had a few key drops that you don't usually see from Mike Evans. Mike Evans is the surest-handed wide receiver in this league. So for him to miss balls, hitting them in his hands, that's a shock. And it did start raining. We can throw a little excuses for him here and there, but I mean, I think he missed a couple of balls when it wasn't raining. But he made up for it because he had that big one-hand catch he snagged down, got him a touchdown. You knew it was going to come sooner or later. He's too great to continue to have a bad game throughout the night, so that wasn't going to happen. So they just started slow, and so did the Eagles for a while. You know, it's like I say, they was moving the ball, but they weren't getting results off of it. You know, every time they march down the field, it stops. You know, they end up having to punt the ball or kick a field goal. Couldn't sustain it. So they got to get sharp in that area. That's what we mean when it's not crisp. Because if it was crisp, they would have scored 30 to 40 points last night. No problem. No problem at all. So their offense was getting stale down after picking up chunk plays, and you want to finish those with touchdowns, and they weren't able to do that last night. So they'll get sharp. It's still early in the season. No problem there. Because when this team really gets together, man, there's a lot of talent on this team. And they got the experience to go with it. And you was already in the Super Bowl last year. So you all primed and ready. Only thing now we're waiting on is time. Time. Just simulate, like I said, straight to the Super Bowl. Because if I can do that right now, I would. Bar any injuries, any hiccups, nothing. Let's just go right now. So, 25-11, Philadelphia Eagles took care of business last night. Business as usual, like I said. Just took care of business, done what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to be the team like the Buccaneers, even on the road. You know, they got bigger things in hand. As far as the Rams and the Bengals last night, actually, that messed up one of my picks. You know what? I was 500 this week. I looked at it earlier. Not too bad. Of course, you want to be above 500, but you damn sure don't want to be underneath 500. So, to me, I didn't fare too bad this week. I didn't fare too bad at all. 500, I'll take that any day. So, man, I think the Rams, they had a chance to win that game. I'm not saying I was going for the Rams or I was going for the Bengals. If I had to choose between the two, I want the Bengals to win, but that wasn't my pick this week. I got to go off my heart on who I think going to win and how a team is playing. Do they have momentum? What their roster looking like? Are they missing people? See, because I thought Burrow wasn't going to play last night. I didn't think Burrow was going to play. A lot of people didn't think Burrow was going to play in this game. But luckily he did, because I think that was the factor that got them over the hump to win this game. Now, whether you agree with Burrow playing or not in this game with his calf strain, that remains to be seen, how it's going to turn out moving forward. Now, if it's something's going to linger throughout the weeks, then maybe it's a bad idea. But I like him being gutsy and going out there and saying we don't want to go 0-3, because it is crucial. You do not want to go 0-3. We already stated it. You go 0-3, your season basically over. He knew that. He wanted to get out there, and I commend him for that. But JaMarr Chase, he's big on, hey, man, sit back and just wait. We got bigger things, bigger fish to fry down the road. Get your rest until you're 100% healthy. And I understand that, too, because JaMarr Chase in the offseason, he was running his mouth a little bit. Patrick Who. Y'all remember that? Talking about Patrick Who. So he knows what it is this season. And early on, don't really matter. Yeah, we want to win ball games, but the fish to fry is going to be coming into the playoffs when we got to go against the Bills, when we got to go against the Kansas City Chiefs. So he knows it's a bigger statement to be made. And he's showing it with his play this season. He's coming in. And I like the way how they moved him around last night. I like that. I don't like wide receivers just being on the left side, just on the right side. Man, you got a great player, move him around just like they did JaMarr Chase, and look what type of night he had. He had like 13 catches, 40-something yards or something like that. So he had a hell of a night, and he's a hell of a receiver, and he's coming out and proving it. Never doubted his talent. Just the team, far as they need to advance when they get to the playoffs. They can't just keep getting bumped out like the Bills. I'm always hard on him and Josh Allen. You want to be a focal point in this league and make a stamp, you have to prove it in the playoffs. I got to big these guys up anyway, because I want somebody to take down these Kansas City Chiefs and Patty Mahomes. Because if you can't do it, then the Eagles going to have to do it. All right? I'm just trying to get him battered and bruised before he gets to the Super Bowl, if that's the case. Can somebody batter and bruise him for me, please? Huh? All right. So, pretty good night overall. Oh, yeah, and another thing, I want to send a shout out to the subscribers. Appreciate you very much. Want to keep the train moving, whether it takes 6 months, whether it takes a year. But I want to build a community, like-minded people, love talking about sports, keeping the point understood. Doing it respectful, but talking about sports, being passionate about it, calling it how you see it on the field, and just having fun with it. So once we build a community, we better have better conversations, get a chat going, and it'll be great to see. So I appreciate all my subscribers, man. Really do. Appreciate it all the way. Just keep on moving with the train. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for new subscribers coming in, because this is YouTube. Like I said before, that's the only way you're going to move anything. You got to hit the like button. You got to share it. You got to subscribe, for the channel to stay alive and it can move and the message can get out there to the people. So appreciate it. No doubt about it. So I think that's it. And I haven't forgot, it's Terrible Tuesday. We're going to get through it. Still early in the week, but we're going to get through it. So I appreciate y'all time. I just wanted to come in, but like I said, it's business as usual with the Philadelphia Eagles. No need to start a parade or nothing like that. This is a long road, and a regular season just not it for us. At least it's not it for me. I just want to get to the dance. Can you understand that? All right, appreciate y'all and appreciate your time. This G.S.Q.H. Enjoy your Terrible Tuesday. Hopefully it can turn into Terrific Tuesday, but we'll save that for Thursday, I guess, right? Appreciate y'all time. G.S.Q.H. and we out of here. Peace.